This video is going to help you if you feel like you are treated differently by others because of your weaknesses and your insecurities. You have overanalyzed everything and you know exactly the aspects of life in which people treat you differently than they treat others. Now, you have your insecurities, but everyone has them, right? You might be afraid of stuttering, for example. You might be afraid of like the posture that you're having, and you're always very conscious of it. You're always aware that this might be a liability for you, right? In the way other people perceive you. But guess what? Everyone has those things. Everyone has those insecurities. You are not alone. And as you overthink about your insecurities, everyone overthinks about their insecurities. So no one really cares about yours. Unless they are extremely obvious, which they are probably not, like really, probably not. And you might believe that you are the exception and that no, but for me they're more obvious because I've seen how people look at me, and that's not the case. People really care about themselves. Like 95% they care about themselves and maybe 5% about you. Yeah, but those 5% that might reject me because of 5%, they won't. If anything, they will accept you more because of those 5%. But we'll get there. The problem is that you have mislabeled these insecurities, these weaknesses that you have, as the reason people treat you differently. But the breakthrough here is that the reason they treat you differently is because you have overcome and you managed to do so well in hiding your insecurities that you look too perfect. And people don't really, you become unrelatable to people. You've become unrelatable to people. They don't even see you as a normal human being right now. So congrats for that. Think about it. Isn't there a guy in your circle that has the insecurities, has the weaknesses that you see in yourself, but he's accepted and validated? Like, of course there is, because people want that from another human being in order to be able to bond with them. How would you bond with Brad Pitt? Like, of course, you look up to him, he's like so great and whatnot, but would you be able to bond with him really? Or you would probably be like, this guy is too perfect, I'm always gonna be in his shadow. He's always gonna be too cool in front of me, right? He's like, if the two of us are walking on the street, everyone will look at him and I'm gonna be just an NPC. Like his posture is perfect, his smile is perfect, mine are not. I feel weird to be around him. So although you look up to them, although you respect these people that look so perfect, you can't bond with them. And that's what you've done with all of these things. Of course, you might say that you are not Brad Pitt in the eyes of your friends, but there is a collection of, let's say, of aspects of life in which people do mistakes from time to time. And they are humanly mistakes to be done. Everyone does them. And when we see the other persons doing some of these mistakes, we feel closer to them in a way. We feel a connection because we label them, okay, as like they are human as well. They are not a robot. They are not Mr. Perfection. But you are afraid that showing these things in your behavior, right, in the way you act, is a liability to you, and people will like you less because of this. But in truth, people will like you more. Like, you are afraid of stuttering, you are afraid of saying stupid things. But like, guess what? Everyone is stuttering from time to time, for example. But they are stuttering 10 times less because they're stuttering once and then they are not overthinking about it all over again, right? But you probably are. You are like, oh my god, I stuttered this time, they surely don't like me. And think about this. Take a piece of paper and imagine you have to draw a line, a perfect line. And if you draw it carefree, let's say, you have a much bigger chance of drawing it perfectly than if you go there and you're like, oh, I hope I'm gonna not shake, I hope I'm gonna draw it perfectly. And it's just like that with everything else. The more attention and the more scared you are of making a mistake, the more likely you will be to make the mistake. And you might be thinking now, oh, but what if they laugh at me for saying that stupid thing, or for stuttering, or for having a bad posture or whatnot? Well, yeah, they will laugh at you. But that makes the human connection normal. That makes you look natural and like a human being. That will get people to bond with you more because you are doing those things, because they are able to laugh at you, because other people get laughed at as well, but they also laugh about themselves in those moments. And you see how that nice bond is created right there. And there is no hate involved. The only way to go back now is to find security in yourself, in your authentic self, and this is no easy mission. It's a very tough journey to go ahead on. It's very hard to take the courage to be vulnerable, to take the courage to be disliked, as the book says. But that's the only way people will see you as he is one of us. We can take him in our tribe, right? And you don't even have a choice, to be honest, because social connection is a mandatory part of human behavior, of human nature. We are social creatures and we have to engage in social situations. And if we are unable to bond with other people, that's a huge liability for our lives. If you identify with this situation and you want my help, then this channel is for you. This channel is all about overcoming the social anxiety, all that overthinking, and just unveiling your authentic self and being able to put yourself authentically out there. So I really hope I will be able to help you.